Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, April 21st, and you're looking at the SPY ETF here on Window Trader, the market profile. And on a day that started so promising for the bears, we gap lower. We had a price spike last night. We get almost to the bottom of an 8-day balance. We have acceleration in C, D, E with good volume picking up each time. We have two sets of single prints. It looks like they're going to go and get the weekly low and stop. The one-time framing up in the weekly, and then it just stopped. And we turn into a B shape, which signifies long liquidation and not longer-term big sticky money sellers. We're still close to the bottom of that balance, so that remains to be seen how that plays out over the next couple of days. But for a while there, it looked like the bears were really going to have a chance to do some damage. Now, we still closed down almost 3%, so it's a very good day for the bears. But the way it was going in C, D, and E, it looked like we might really get running and not look back. So you have to give the bulls some credit for putting a stop to that. It was a good day for me, and I think it was a pretty good day overall for our room. As we started, and I said, in A period, I really didn't want to do anything initially, and I did not. The one trade I took in A, we went back and forth through the opening a bunch of times, finally got through the opening to the downside, and I took the short as we were looking to take out the bottom of those 2 days. So that turned out to be a good trade. We battled the lows of the 15th and 16th, all three time frames, right? B, inside period, back and forth through the opening. C, same thing. So I did one trade in A after. We went back and forth through the opening a bunch of times. When we finally got below it again, did nothing in B. C period, that was when things changed. As soon as you took out B's low, take a short. I did not get on right away. I was having trouble with my machines at that time, actually. I did get on board when we took out A's low and had a nice trade in C for a short. Did it back and forth. Again, I played the game where every time it pulled up, I shorted it, came back down. I took some off. I did that all throughout D period, so I had some really nice trades. I mean, I kind of call that one trade because I'm out of the position sometimes. However, it's the same process of what I'm doing, so it's really the trade for C period, but they worked out really nice in C and D. Then we had the two sets of single prints. We made a new low in E. We made a new low in G, but G got nothing for its efforts below that. So when H started coming out, I said, I'm looking now to stop the one time framing down and to possibly test at least one set of single prints. So I got long in H, and that's exactly what happened. It was a nice trade. I took it up to POC. And then, no, I took some off at POC, and then again when we closed the single prints. Then I took a short. The last three trades I did were all shorts. I period went up, round value high. As soon as it got back into H's range, took the short, took it down to POC. I said, well, I'm looking for that. Did the same thing in K, went up, looking for POC, went down. And again in L, the same thing. M period I stayed away from. The main reason I stayed away from it is we went up, we stopped the one-time framing down. However, I did say as long as we don't take out J's high, I'm comfortable that this will still come in a bit. It never did. It did come in. The 350 algo, again, went down $1 in a minute. So a couple of people took that trade. That worked out nicely. But I was having a really good day, and I decided to just stay out of it. B shape for long liquidation. All right, let's go over destinations for tomorrow. So also, another reason you know that this turned into short-term traders, we ended 9 wide. So now on a day that's down 3%, right? We closed down 3%. That's pretty good. That's kind of, to have 9 wide on a day that you're down 3%, it tells you there's something lacking in the sellers. So the first upside destination is 273.86, 9 wide. Then we're using J's high as our afternoon rally high of 275.69. And then we have today's high of 278.04 and then filling the gap at 281.35 from yesterday. Yesterday's low, a 331-point gap. So it's a fairly nice gap. Now, before I give you the downside, one very interesting thing is our high today is what I just said, 278.04. Now, I was a little busy. I wasn't even concentrating this morning. I had somebody point it out in my room. 278 is our line in the sand on the long-term trend chart on the monthly. So pretty interesting where we got to and never saw it again. Okay, for the downside, we don't have anything until today's low of 272.02. Then that very important number, 271.41, which is a weekly low. Below that, we have single prints from April 8th. They start at 270.05, get filled at 269, 105 ticks worth of single prints. Then below that, price is going to have to seek its level. We don't have anything to 265.56 daily low and 264.89 daily low. So if the sellers are able to take out last week's low, we could get some more acceleration to the downside. That remains to be seen. And then let's look at the charts to see what those are telling us. So the monthly. Today's high, 278. It's right at that trend line. Again, today's the 21st. We have, 8 more trading days left in the month? It'll be interesting to see. We're one-time framing down, but it'll be interesting to see buyers or sellers win that trend line for now. More importantly, in the shorter term, weekly, one-time framing up for 4 weeks. However, we are dangerously close to taking out last week's low, which would stop the one-time framing up and firmly put us in balance. Remember, for a trend to continue, you want to get distance away from each other. We did that last week, but this week we have not had any distance. And as of right now, I mean, there's still 2 days to go. We basically tested last week's high, and we've gotten close to last week's low. Possible inside week. That would make for a really fun time next week. But there's still 2 days to go. For me, we have absolutely failed right now at the 287 level. We got up there twice, last week and this week, and have failed at my crucial level. So that's also a possibility of a triple top right here. And then on the daily, we are now, I'm going to call this down to balance, okay? Because it's an art. So I'm going to make it down to balance. I'm calling it down because we have the gap, but I'm calling it balance because we have not taken out last week's low. So I'm encompassing these 8 days as the balance. It's a pretty large balance, right? Excuse me. And look what we've done in this balance. So 3 days ago is the top of it, 287.30. The next day, we got close, but couldn't take it out. So what happens at the top of a balance? If you don't take it out, you roll over and go to the other end. And what have we done? Well, we got pretty close to 271.41. We got to 272.02. Now, is that all the sellers want to do? If we can't take out today's low, that means we can't take out last week's low. And then the odds are you're going to start migrating back up and at least test the gap. Balance rules. If all these things come into play. So down to balance on the daily. Below the 50, below 278, below 287. So for my money's worth, the sellers are still in control because of those things. I hope you had a great day trading. Have a great night, and I'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.